जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, निताई गौर सुंदर की जय। पतित पांच प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Studying from Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, Text number 23, entitled as Attack by Chandravika on the city of King Puranjana. Text 22. Mai samrabhya vipula madacha chapam sududasaham स्थातुम अर्हसि नैकत्र मद्याचना विमुखो मुने। मयि संरभ्य विपुल मयि संरभ्य विपुल मदास्य चापम सुदुसुहम् मदाच चापम सुदुसहम् स्थातुम अर्हसि नैकत्र मद्याचना विमुखो मुने। मद्याचा विमुखो मुने। मयि संरभ्य विपुल मदाश्च चापहं सुदुसुहम् स्थातुम अर्हसि नैकत्र मद्याचा विमुखो मुने। मयि संरभ्य विपुल मद्चापं सुदुसहम् स्थातुम अर्हसि नैकत्र मद्याचा विमुखो मुने। मयि संरभ्य विपुल मदाच्छापं सुदुसहम् स्थातुम अर्हसि नैकत्र मद्याचा विमुखो मुने। मयि संरभ्य विपुल word for word meaning. Mai, unto me, samrabhya, having become angry, Vipula, unlimited. Maddat, out of illusion. Sapam, curse. Sudusaham, unbearable. Sthatum arhasi, you may remain. Na, never. Ekatra, in one place. Mat, my. Yancha, request. Vimukha, having refused. Mune, O great sage. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Narada continued, when I refused to accept her request, she became very angry at me and cursed me severely. Because I refused her request, she said that I would not be able to stay in one place for a long time. Purport: the great sage Narada Muni has a spiritual body, therefore old age, disease, birth and death do not affect him. Narada is the most kind devotee of the Supreme Lord, and his only business is to travel all over the universe and preach God consciousness. In other words, his business is to make everyone a Vaishnava. Under the circumstances, there is ordinarily no need for him to stay in one place for more than the time he requires to preach. Since by his own free will he is already traveling all over the universe, the curse of Kalya Kanya is described as fortunate. Like Narada Muni, many other devotees of the Lord are engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord in different places and in different universes. Such personalities are beyond the jurisdictions of material laws. Om Tas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langyayate girim yatkripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. So last time we were studying that how the time Chandra Vega has influenced King Puranjana, and half of life is finished. Now we here in this section we are seeing that how the daughter of Chandavega, she approached Narada Muni. She is called Kala Kanya. Yes. The daughter of time name is Jara, and she approached Narada Muni. The Narada Muni uh, she said that he did not accepted her proposal, and then she became very angry and cursed him that you cannot stay in one place. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. So she is also called Kala Kanya, the Chandevega's daughter, is Time's daughter, Kala Kanya. Her name is Jara, old age. So here Prabhupada is writing the birth, death, old age, disease. Nobody is free from this. It has to come to everybody. No one can avoid it. The real problem of life, Janma Mityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Dosanu Darshanam. So, very painful old age. The all joints starts paining, all the body starts giving trouble. So old age is very difficult. uh, it becomes more and more difficult. So much that people think it's better that I die. People taking care of them also feel, though they are very close to heart, they feel that, oh, if he is die, he will be relieved. So just people just wait for the final moment. Prabhupada is mentioning that because sages like caliber of Narad Muni, who is preaching all the time on behalf of Supreme Lord, they are not subjected to laws of nature. So here Narada Muni, from so much time, is son of Brahma, one of the eldest person. He is preaching. He's going from one place to another place. But he remains very enthusiastic, very young. It is mentioned here, he's got a spiritual body. So anyway, there is no effect of birth, death, old age and disease. So similarly we see in Srila Prabhupada, though he was a young, he was an old person. He was at such an advanced stage. He started for West, and most of his followers, they are very young. And among all of the young people, Prabhupada was always very enthusiastic, most energetic. Prabhupada will take them for morning walk, and they will be struggling to keep a pace with him. Similarly, Prabhupada, had a transcendental competition. He started writing, and they all trying to print it. But still Prabhupada, despite of his busy schedule of traveling, he will be ahead only. His writing will be, he is already written for them to enough edit and print it. So in that various ways we see that how Prabhupada, though physically old age, is, but in spirit is very young. Similarly, we see in our Guru Maharaj also, though he is physically challenged by many restrictions, but still is very enthusiastic and energetic. As soon as he gets chance, he'll move from one place to other place, and he's always ready to see all his followers, disciples, whoever is willing to take Krishna consciousness is there available for him. On internet, on so many ways, much more than earlier when he was physically fit. He is much more available now, much more vigorously preaching. So that is the spirit, because by spreading Krishna consciousness, by sharing Krishna consciousness, they derive so much transcendental pleasure. The happiness is, they are absorbed in thoughts of service of Krishna, that uh, physical problems is not experienced. We see sometimes when we are absorbed, we will forget about our body, eating, sleeping. Physically, we mentally, when we are very much absorbed. So that happiness is higher than the happiness which we are getting from the gross senses. Which one is getting absorbed in thinking, and the spiritual pleasure is much more higher and much more deeper, subtle. So by being absorbed in the service, we are forgetting even the bodily pain. Our bodily pain, they are not affecting. In the site, Murari Prabhu is there. I was speaking to him. He said that, Prabhu, I'm here as long as doing service, I'm feeling no pain is there. But as soon as I go home, there's so much pain. You're having some backache. So you can see that practically also, when we are absorbed in service of the Lord, though the same body is, we are getting immune to that. That we are able to not feel that. So here it is a similar context is said that that Jara approached to Narad Muni, and he rejected, and then he was cursed. You cannot stay in one place. But Narad Muni thought it was not a curse, it is a boon. Anyway, he doesn't want to stay in one place. He wants to travel. He wants to travel and spread the glories of the Lord. So if he is being cursed, it is well and good. That's what he wants. Huh? Yes. You see that similarly, Daksha Prajapati also cursed Narad Muni, that you cannot stay in one place. So he very willingly accepted that, because now he can travel. He is free to travel. He is being more facilitated to travel, and then he can speak more about Krishna. So we see that it is a boon in disguise. So, uh, similarly, we can also draw the parallel. See, we are here in the material world according to our prarabdha karma, whatever sanchit karma. We have to go suffering. Hmm? Whatever we have done, we have to face that. However, we have sown the seed, according to that, we have to ripe the fruit. Hmm? So, in spite of all these difficulties, when we remain determined and absorbed in service of the Lord, actually, we are most secured. The Lord is actually, He is taking charge. Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. When the Lord takes the charge, then the material nature actually, she is a servant of Krishna, so she keeps aside. So therefore we see, when we are engaged in devotional service, then actually we are free from lot of troubles. We bypass a short circuit so many difficulties otherwise would have faced in life, just because the Lord is protecting us. And one can, by observing or seeing, that as soon as one comes out of process of devotional service, it starts again back to the same suffering. You have seen or not? You see the person who would have been so nicely situated in serving the Lord, everything was taken care, but somehow or other, by push of the mind, he just goes out of the process, then he starts suffering again. So, uh, Krishna is telling Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. Krishna is personally taking care of the devotees. So we should remain always very confident. Then why we are suffering? If Krishna is taking care, and we devotees, they are uh, bypassing the laws of nature. The laws of nature doesn't affect them, as mentioned here. So why we suffer? Two reasons we can give. First thing is, according to our surrender, we get the reciprocation. Ye atham mam prapadyante tam tatha vajamyaham. So if you 100% surrender, 100% we are taken care by Krishna. If you 50% taken surrender, 50% we are taken care. So the Lord actually is protecting and preserving. This is one point. Another point is that we get into difficulties. That's actually arrangement of the Lord again. Because with this minute, according to our karma, you would have suffered much more that we can normally see. But that suffering is reduced to small size, and that is also is given to us so that you will correct ourselves. If that suffering does not come, then we won't correct ourselves. We just take it for granted. Oh, that's how it is. No problem. I can do what I like. We won't realize that we are actually a sinful personality. By the mercy of the Lord, we have got this opportunity. So we won't take it in right spirit. Rather, we'll take it for granted. Oh, I am very punyatma. Everything I have done so wonderful thing in the past. In this life, I don't have to any. There's no problem. Like that, we will not understand this material world is not a good place to stay. We still remain attached to this place. So Krishna is putting us in difficulty for correcting us. Actually, it is not Krishna is putting us into difficulties, our own karma, but it's just given in a very small sample to realize, to make us understand. Remember this. The famous sloka we know, the Susumiksha according to our own karma, we're supposed to suffer so much, but all the suffering has been reduced to the small size of like a mountain of sufferings made to size of a mustard seed and given to us. And uh, we accept that there's no way no other way also. We have to face that, and then we remain always thinking of Krishna, engaged in his service. So when we are in that state of mind, actually it is mentioned that we become rightful candidate for mukti or to render devotional service. So that is the spirit, that this is all suffering is because of my karma, and because I am engaged in service of the Lord, it is comes to very small module. So now when we are suffering and we give up that service, what will happen? When we are engaged in service and we are going through some challenges, thinking that, oh, why I should do service, I am suffering because of so and so, then we will suffer more. We may think, oh, no problem, we may have so much of material calculation, but the one thing all of us we agree that why we are suffering. We are suffering because of our own karma. Is this clear or not? Everybody is an instrument. Like everyone is instrument. We are all instruments in hands of Krishna. See, our parents, who decides who is our parents? It's again decided by laws of nature. Correct. And in form and shape of parents, hmm, we have been looked after. So who is looking after through the parents? It's Krishna. If the parents are not there, then also child is looked after. Who is looking? Krishna is taking care. Krishna is taking care by the various means and ways for all the living entities. Krishna is only taking care. So we are suffering or enjoying because of our own karma. But we are engaged in service of the Lord, then it's not that we want to become free from karma, then we engage ourselves in devotional service of the Lord. We actually, when we are engaged, naturally this happens. That, by mercy of the Lord, we become free from this. As it is mentioned that a pure devotee of the Lord are not subjected to laws of nature. Not subjected to laws of nature. Jai Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Jai Gaur Sundar ki jai. Krishna says that also in Bhagavad Gita that they are under the shelter of my Devim Prakriti, internal potency, Yoga Maya. So they are not subjected to this laws of nature. They may look like they are going through the same difficulties, but they are under the protection of the divine energy of the Lord, that internal potency of the Lord. So similarly, when we are engaged in service of the Lord, we are very much safe. When we just give up the service, actually we put ourselves in great danger. The greatest danger is to go through the cycle of birth and death again and again and again and again. That is the greatest danger. Just remain in the service of the Lord, we can actually get rid of the cycle of birth and death, and unite with the Lord in the spiritual world, free from all this birth, death, old age and disease. But we misunderstand and then just give up the service itself. Like we see Prahlad Maharaj. He was son of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was the controller of the all three worlds. And everything, Prahlad Maharaj will get everything. Anybody in the material world may desire. Everything will be just click of his thoughts. He was so opulent. But within that circumstances, he was the most insecure person. He had a full bank balance, everything was there, but he was insecure. By his own father was willing to kill him. His father himself became his enemy. And then Hiranyakasipu wanted to kill him, and he was not even able to, touch his hair. Nothing was able to. He was not able to do to Prahlad Maharaj. He was first he got scared. Oh, what is this? Huh? I am not able to do anything. Is there something superior power than me is protecting him? So he got scared. Hiranyakasipu. Then he just wanted to finish this one for all this matter, and then we saw that how Nrsimhadev personally appeared and killed uh, Hiranyakasipu. So the point here is this, having a security. So when we are under the shelter of the Lord, Yogamaya, we are fully secured. When we are under the shelter of Mahamaya, then only we feel insecure. When the Lord personally is promising Yogakshemam Mahamyam, where's question of insecurity? There is no insecurity. The Lord is providing even for ant. Who goes inside the hole of ant and put the food? All everywhere they are well maintained. Their population is increasing. So similarly, Lord is actually taking care for all his creation. Everyone is taking care. And when we are devoted to the Lord, engaged in His service, Krishna is telling that Ma Sucha, do not worry. He is telling Ma Sucha, I will free you from all sinful reactions. So why? The Lord already promised. So whatever actually is so-called suffering we go through, actually is for our own purification. That is arrangement of Krishna, and we should voluntarily accept it and continue to render devotional service. In that way, we will actually very soon become purified. If we do not accept that purification, then what more can be done? And some anarthas, something is there which has to be purified. And when we are put into this challenging situation where we can pray to the Lord, depend upon Him, ask for the forgiveness or ask for His help, then only that anarthas will come out of it. So we should always remain dependent on Krishna, and whichever situation He has put us is the best situation for us, because through that only we can come out free from all these anarthas. It's all there inside our heart in very subtle form. So we should remain very happy internally. Krishna is looking after all of us. And this is the proof that I have been subjected to this trial, because Krishna is involved. I have been engaged in His service, devotional service. By mercy of Krishna only we all engaged in service of His service, devotional service. Otherwise, very, very difficult. Devotional service is most difficult. People get Ashta Siddhis easily, but to get devotional service is not so easy. So, by mercy of the Lord, we engage in service of the Lord, and we should just carry out that service, tolerating all the inconveniences, understanding all that is sent by the Lord for my purification. It is not the person, or it is not the object or place by which I am being put into this difficulty, because they are all instrument. We all actually, by the arrangements of the Lord, for both good and bad situations are made by Him. We should always be very convinced about it, and we should be very happy in whatever circumstances Krishna has put, and we should render devotional service. That is this thing. The pure devotee of the Lord, they are always happy. They are not subjected to laws of nature. They are just going ahead with their devotional service. So any comment is there, doubt is there, we can see. I'll read the translation again. The great sage Narada continued, when I refused to accept her request, she became very angry at me and cursed me severely. Because I refused her request, she said that I would not be able to stay in one place for a long time. So, no problem. Narad Muni wants this. He's saying, okay, very nice. I'll travel and preach. Curse became benediction. No, one is thumb rule. Uh, when it's coming from the devotees of the Lord, this- because they are all well-wisher, always well-wisher. So this externally is curse, but it is boon. Yes. Benediction. Like Narad Muni cursed Nil and Nal Kuvera. Who will say it is cursed? From materialistic point of view, we will say, see, then we will say it is curse. From the spiritual point of view, we will see that there is so much great opportunity that they are born to Nanda Maharaj courtyard and directly seeing Krishna. Even the king of heaven, Indra, will not get this opportunity. Even Lord Brahma is not getting. Even Lakshmi Devi, she is trying for that. And here is, they don't want it also, it's forced to them that you become. So how much mercy it is. Nal Kuber never wanted. No, I should become the tree, but forced upon them. So that is a exclusive mercy of the devotee. But on the materialistic point of view, you will see, then you see, oh, they become the tree and they are standing. So there is a different vision to see. So actually, uh, how we should see is whatever challenges we are placed in, actually it is all by arrangements of the Lord. And we should be very happy in those situations, thinking and depending on Krishna. So a devotee will see. In whatever situation, Srila Prabhupada went into West and he is writing in the ship, Krishna, you have brought me here. Definitely you have some plan. If you want me to dance, let me dance, let me dance, let me dance as you desire. So like that they understand that fully they have been instrument of Krishna, and they are controlled by Krishna's energy. So
Actually, we are discussing the devotees also suffering from the karmas. At the same time, in the first verse, last sentence, many other devotees of the Lord are engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord in different places, in different universes. Such personalities are beyond the jurisdiction of material laws. It is, looks like contradiction, right?
no, there is no contradiction. Already we discussed this point that when we are engaged in service of the Lord, we are not subjected to material laws, Prakirti. We are subjected to Yoga Maya, okay, the divine internal energy of the Lord. When Krishna directly gets involved, the material nature will keep aside. So, uh, one point we the two different points we discussed. First point was according to our surrender, this will happen. Hmm. If we are fully 100% surrendered, then we are 100% protected by Yoga Maya. If we are 50% surrendered, then 50% Yoga Maya, 50% material nature. Krishna is saying, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatha bhajamiham. So our suffering, because we are not 100%, is 50% of our karma and 50% of our protection from the Lord. So that is there. Say for example, in case of pure devotee, uh, they also going through some suffering. They also physically we see Prabhupada also, but that is all arranged by the Lord. So the whatever they are otherwise supposed to suffer, very small quantity they are suffering. And that is also The Lord has some purpose why this suffering is there. For the uh, pure devotees like Prabhupada, we can understand that because he is suffering because all his disciples' karma is there, so he is suffering through that. So-called suffering. Uh, uh, say, for example, in our case, we are suffering because of all our sinful activities. To the extent we have surrendered to the Lord, it is brought reduced to a smaller size, and then we are getting that as a sample. And understanding it is our own karma why I am suffering, and we continue devotional service. Actually the Lord is pleased, and we very soon we become free from this cycle of birth and death. We very soon will get fixed in devotional service. So what is the prayer in that sloka? It says susamikchamano. Why we are suffering? Why pure devotee is suffering?
We are suffering because of our karma.
Yes.
Pure devotee is suffering as we discussed by the arrangement of Lord.
Yes.
He is taking the arrangement.
Yes. Yoga is in the protection of divine energy. So-called suffering, we may be seeing externally suffering, but actually because they are absorbed in the Lord, they don't experience that.
Like Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj,
Hmm.
he is preaching extensively. When he went to America, he was invited by Governor
Uh,
to preach.
uh,
This is arrangement by the Lord.
yeah. Everything, whatever happens to devotees, is arranged by the Lord only. They are in divine shelter. Yoga, yoga Maya, in the protection of Yoga Maya. That's what is mentioned, the free from the laws of material nature. It's good to surrender to the Lord. Otherwise, we will be always punished by material nature, by all the rules and regulations. If we surrender to the Lord, everything is bypassed. Krishna only decides. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Panchla Prabhupada ki jai.